Alright, so my game is called the Vital Tournament. At least at the moment it is. I'm not sure if I'll keep that or not because I don't know, it's terrible. My project goal is to create an Android-capable RPG fighting game, more like the classic ones from the 90s and early 2000s. And it's mainly in order to gain more experience and improve my skills in 3D asset creation and animation, and also the RPG genre because I really like that, and I really like to actually make an RPG game like a full one someday. This is my earlier scope document from before Christmas. It's the title was War Is Never. It was originally based outside a city where in a field where you probably would have had buildings and stuff in the background, and it would have been a very just basic RPG turn-based combat game. But I eventually, to avoid having to build buildings, I moved it into a coliseum, a circular coliseum, which is slightly easier to do, and I changed the combat slightly. Where the other one was turn-based, I was thinking of a more time-based one, so you could potentially be attacked if you do nothing, so it forces you to actually act. And then my current one, which is a slightly more modern one, I was thinking mix elements of classic ones and new RPGs together, so you could potentially move around as well. So you could run up and pick an ability from the list and attack, which might or might not work on mobile. I haven't found out yet. This is the game design document. The audience, it would be teens and up and Android users because you need an Android device. And you would have multiple abilities for mechanics with corresponding animations. I've already done a few of them. Health bars for the player and hostiles, and a moving player and camera. I don't plan on you being able to control the camera necessarily, but it has to move in order for you to see what's happening. These are some similar products, so like over here you have Final Fantasy, which is what I'm mainly basing it off. So you have your health bar and up all over here, and you have your menu system over here where you pick your abilities. It won't necessarily be laid out like that. I was recently playing a mobile game which is Age of Wushu Dynasty, which is where I'm getting more of the modern influence for Androids specifically. So you would have your abilities over here, and you would have your movement analog stick over here to move around. And you might have like your health bar information up there instead. These are some of the technical requirements. This is for a Nexus 7 2013 version. I don't plan on optimizing for a resolution any lower than that, because any resolution that's not HD, since there's so many UI elements, it'll probably become very cluttered very quickly if you actually go any lower than that. So that resolution and higher will be the best suited. This is my current production schedule, so I plan for the month of February to complete the modeling and animation, which I've already got quite a bit of done, and then for most of the month of March, and probably spotted around it depending on what bugs need to be fixed later on, script writing and asset implementation. And then pretty much after that, it's a couple of weeks here for Unity specific bug fixing, so any bugs that are present within Unity itself, and then another couple of weeks to check for bugs that are in the actual APK export that aren't present in Unity. And then the last bit is documentation preparation. This is my current resource budget. So I'm going for like a maximum of 250,000. And I have up here, so this is my current player drawing lookout. This is the environment currently, and one of my enemies. And this is another enemy, which is incomplete, but it's mostly done. It's missing a head. And these are like an estimate for how many sounds and the approximate amount of storage it will take before you export it as an APK. you could go a maximum of 2048 by 2048 for the texture sizes, but I don't expect to do that. I expect to only do 1024 by 1024, because as it is, I don't plan on having many textures. Even my player character only has the one texture for the head, because the rest is all color based, and that's what most of the assets will be. It will be all color based. The environment might have a couple of textures on it as well. And I estimate the APK will probably be at most 100 megabytes or maybe a bit over that. And you can distribute it with an APK file on the personal website or Google Play Store if you get approved. This is my mood board, so you can't see it very well, but there's the finished character there, the main character. I based it kind of off this style, and then up there you can see I did my own drawing based on 3 different points of view. I got the player's weapon over here, which I plan to have it transform, which I've actually completely finished that. So you have the gun variant up there, and then the sword variant down here, and it's kind of based off these two, which are transforming weapons here. There is the unfinished dragon enemy, as I said, doesn't have a head. And here is the current environment, which is the octagonical Coliseum. It's kind of based off these things here. And here's the wolf enemy, as it stands. I haven't done all of the attack animations for it yet, but yeah, it's rigged and ready to go. And here's some reference images there. And here's some of prototype images. So this is the actual current game. So you have the player standing in the environment and then a wide shot of the entire Coliseum. And I have a video here of basic gameplay mechanics which I made before Christmas. So if I just play that. You can see this is kind of what I would base it off. So you have like your abilities over there, like attack and whatever. You can see like you can have a special ability which you can't use, and you can attack. And say if you're attacked, if you want to use your special ability, when you get attacked, that bar fills up, and when it's full, then you can use your special ability, which does a lot more damage, and you can finish them off with an ordinary attack or something. So all the mechanics are pretty simple. The actual main game I hope to make will be a bit more complicated than that, but you know, that's the basics of it. And yeah, I think that's it.